ever noticed how the deepest relief doesn't always come when you stop walking, but in that very specific moment when you realize you can? It's the subtle shift from being a traveler on a road to feeling yourself held by it. The destination fades, the striving softens, and all that's left is the profound, quiet truth of contact. The earth meeting your weight without a single question. That's where rest truly begins. Welcome back to Nightform Stillness. I'm Sarah. Tonight, let's explore a different kind of sanctuary, not a room, not a pillow, but the path itself. This isn't about walking toward peace. It's about recognizing the peace that has been carrying you all along. We're going to talk about the road that doesn't measure your speed or your strength. The one that simply, faithfully, accepts your tired feet exactly as they are. Let's take the first step into that understanding together. It begins with a sigh, not a sound, but a feeling, a softening along the edges of your will. The point where striving meets its own limit, and something deeper, more ancient, whispers its invitation. It is the moment you stop walking somewhere and you simply acknowledge the walking itself. The weight in your heels, the slight burn in the calves, the dust on the skin, and beneath it all, a longing not for a destination, but for a pause that is more than a pause, a longing to be received. We spend so much of our journey believing the road is something to conquer, a challenge to our endurance, a test of our spirit. We measure our worth by the miles covered, the summits reached, the speed maintained. We wear our fatigue as a badge of effort, or we curse it as a sign of weakness. But what if we misunderstood the road? What if its primary purpose isn't to be overcome, but to be felt? What if every grain of dirt, every smooth stone, every rough patch is not an obstacle, but an offering, a constant, gentle pressure saying, I am here, I support you. You are not floating, you are grounded. The road accepts your weight, without question, without condition. It holds you up, step after step, whether you are walking with purpose or stumbling in despair. It is the ultimate act of non-judgmental support. It doesn't care if your steps are light with joy or heavy with grief. It doesn't care if you know where you're going. Its only function is to be there, solid and yielding all at once, to receive you. In this way, the road is the first and most constant meditation. It teaches surrender not as giving up, but as giving over, giving your tiredness, your effort, your very body, over to something that can hold it. The road is a breathing entity, and your feet are its conversation with the sky. Think of your own tiredness now, not as a problem to be solved with sleep, but as a truth to be offered. Can you feel the places in you that are weary? Not just the body, but the mind that has been navigating, the heart that has been feeling, the spirit that has been seeking. Imagine those places not as deficits, but as honest weights. Now imagine beneath you an endless, patient road. It isn't asking you to move. It is simply present. And it is saying silently, let me have that. Give me your weight. I am made for this. This is the secret. The road that accepts tired feet is not outside you. It is the foundation of your own being. It is the part of you that never tires, that never wavers, that is forever solid and forever yielding. It is your own capacity to hold your experience without collapsing under it. Your awareness is that road. When you are lost in the pain of fatigue, you are like a traveler who only sees the blisters, the endless horizon. But when you shift, when you become the road itself, you become the space that holds the traveler. You become the support, not the struggle. Your tired feet are then just a sensation passing over the everlasting ground of your presence. So tonight, before sleep, practice being on the road. Lie down and feel your entire body, each ache, each comfort, as something being fully supported, not by the mattress, but by your own unwavering inner acceptance. You are not a burden to yourself. You are the sacred ground upon which the journey of your life unfolds. And every step, no matter how weary, is honored here. And so the road reveals its second nature. It is not merely passive, not just a surface to be traversed. When you truly give your weight to it, you begin to feel its response, a gentle, upward resilience. This is the road giving back. It is the ancient conversation between footfall and earth, a subtle energy that rises to meet you, not to carry you forward, but to affirm your presence. This is the stage of reciprocity. The road doesn't just accept your tired feet, it revitalizes them. Not by taking the tiredness away, but by transforming its meaning. The ache is no longer a signal of depletion, but a proof of exchange, the honest dialogue between a journeyer and the journeyed upon. Think of the sensation when you finally stop after a long walk. There's a throbbing, a warmth in the soles. We often mistake this for mere fatigue, but feel deeper. That warmth is the road's memory imprinted upon you. It is the kinetic conversation you've had with the world, now settling into your bones as a quiet hum. The road has been transferring its steadfastness into you, step by step. Its patience in your rush, its stillness into your motion. Your tiredness, then, is not an emptiness. It is a fullness. You are full of the journey. The weight you feel is the weight of experience itself, and the road has been helping you hold it all along. This changes our relationship with resistance. We often think of a rough path, a steep incline, as the road opposing us. But what if it is offering a different kind of support, a firm handshake rather than a cushioned embrace? The gravel that shifts underfoot asks for alertness, pulling you into the present. The steep grade asks for your full commitment, and in doing so, gathers your scattered energy into a single, powerful focus. Even the mud that clings is not a hindrance. It is the road saying, slow down. Be where you are. Feel the texture of this very moment. The resistance is not against you. It is for you, a loving friction that polishes the soul's attention to a fine, present moment point. Now, bring this home to your own inner landscape. Your mind has its rough patches, repetitive thoughts that feel like a rocky scree. Your heart has its steep climbs, emotions that take the breath away. Your spirit has its long, flat stretches where monotony itself becomes the challenge. See them now not as flaws in your path, but as the essential texture of your road. They are not here to defeat you. They are here to meet you, to engage with you, to offer the specific, tailored form of support you need to fully inhabit your own journey. The anxiety that tightens your chest is not an enemy on the road. It is a steep, meaningful climb of the road, asking for your conscious breath, one step at a time. In this stage, the practice is to feel the exchange. As you settle into rest tonight, don't just feel your body sinking down. Feel the support rising up. Feel the bed not as a passive surface, but as an active respondent to your weight. Then feel the deeper support within your own breath rising to meet your awareness, your own consciousness providing a steady, non-judgmental ground for every passing thought and feeling. You are both the walker and the road, the tiredness and the resilience, the giving of your weight and the receiving of strength. They are a closed loop, a sacred circuit. Your fatigue is the point of connection, the place where you and the vast, supportive universe are literally in touch. So tonight, let every sensation of weariness be a question, and in the silence, listen for the road's answer. It may come as a feeling of solidity beneath you, as a memory of a moment today when you were, against all odds, upheld, or simply as the quiet, undeniable truth that you are here, still breathing, still being met by the world in every single moment. The road never abandons the foot. It only ever changes its form. From stone to soil, from path to pillow, from earth to awareness, it is always there, holding you up, transforming your tiredness into a testament that you have lived, you have traveled, and you are forever faithfully supported. The third stage is not about moving forward, or even about the exchange between moving and being still. It is about the space between the steps, that fleeting, eternal moment when the foot is neither here nor there, lifted, suspended, momentarily free of the earth's claim. We focus so much on the weight, on the contact, on the tiredness of the foot that is down. But what of the foot that is up? In that suspension lies a secret. The road's deepest acceptance is not of pressure, but of release. It allows you to leave. It grants you the freedom of the air, the breath between burdens. True support is not a constant bearing. It is a rhythmic act of letting go and catching and letting go. The road that accepts your tired feet also accepts your flight. Consider the rhythm of walking. It is a dance of falling and catching yourself. With each step, you willingly fall forward, trusting the road will be there to meet you. Your tiredness is the honesty of that trust. You have given yourself over to the fall again and again. But in the micro moment between steps, you are weightless. You are, in essence, flying. The road does not cling. It does not pull your soul back down. It waits in perfect patience for your return. This is the grace of the journey. You are both grounded and free, tethered and soaring. And the road is the silent partner that makes this paradox possible. It is the constant that allows for your inconstancy, the stillness that enables your motion. Apply this to the mind, to the heart. Your thoughts are steps. One thought lands with weight, a worry, a plan, a memory. It presses down. We think the road, our awareness, must only bear its weight. But what if your awareness is also spacious, enough to grant that thought its moment of lift, to allow it to complete its arc, to be released, to dissolve back into the air from which it came? The mental fatigue we feel is often the exhaustion of holding thoughts down, of not letting them complete their natural rhythm of landing and lifting. We pin them to the ground with analysis and fear, and wonder why our mind feels so heavy. The road of your awareness is meant to be traversed, not occupied. It is meant for the passing through, not the permanent settlement. Your emotions are the same. A wave of grief, a surge of joy, they land with a profound weight. The tender, tired feet of your soul feel their imprint, but they too have their arc. They too are meant to be felt, fully met by the ground of your being, and then released into the next step of your becoming. The support you crave is not a cage that traps the feeling, but a trustworthy earth that allows you to fully experience its texture before letting it become part of the path behind you. The road accepts the imprint of your tears as sacredly as it accepts the imprint of your laughter and holds neither against you. It only asks that you keep walking, which is to say, keep feeling, keep releasing, keep living. So tonight, practice the sanctity of the space between. As you lie in stillness, feel your breath as this rhythm. The inhale is the lifting of the foot, the gathering, the expansion, the gentle unburdening. The exhale is the foot meeting the road, the surrender, the grounding, the release of weight. In the delicate pause at the top of the inhale, feel the weightlessness. You are not your burden at that moment. You are pure potential, suspended in the dark air of the night. And then, with the exhale, you are lovingly, willingly received back. You are not falling into oblivion. You are being met by unconditional support that always, always says yes. This is how you walk the road of your life without being crushed by it. You honor the weight and you honor the lift. You honor the contact and you honor the release. Your tiredness is not a sign that you should stop walking. It is a sign that you have been fully engaged in the sacred rhythm, the falling and the catching, the feeling and the letting go. The road has been there for all of it, and it will be there for the next step, and the next breath, and the next release, all the way home. The fourth knowing settles like dust after a caravan has passed, a fine, golden layer of understanding over everything. It concerns not the step, nor the space between, but the impression left behind. When a tired foot lifts from the road, what remains? Not a void, but a mark. A temporary indentation in the sand, a faint scuff on the stone, a damp patch on the earth from morning dew. The road receives this impression too. It accepts the memory of your passage. It holds the shape of your weariness long after you have moved on. This is the stage of testimony. The road is a scribe, and your journey is the script. Your fatigue is not erased, it is recorded. And in that recording, it is honored and thus transformed. We often want to move through life leaving no trace, or only shiny, admirable ones. We wish our tiredness, our stumbles, our heavy days would vanish without a mark. But the road teaches a different wisdom. It says, leave your imprint. It is beautiful. It is proof of travel. The scuffed stone is more sacred than the pristine one, for it has spoken with a pilgrim. The path worn bare by countless feet is not depleted, it is consecrated. Your own inner weariness, the mental rut, the emotional pattern, the familiar ache is not a flaw. It is your signature on the contract of being alive. It is the unique wear pattern of your soul. The road of your own consciousness holds these impressions with infinite tenderness. It does not judge them as good or bad journeys. It simply knows they were true. From this perspective, Your past is not a chain. It is a topography. The valleys of your sorrows, the ridges of your efforts, the smooth plateaus of your peace, these are not obstacles on your current path. They are the path. They have shaped the very ground you walk on. The road that accepts your tired feet today is, in part, made of the dust of all your yesterdays. The resilience you feel is not in spite of the wear. It is because of it. The path is sturdy because it has been traveled. Your spirit is resilient because it bears the honorable marks of having felt and fought and continued. This changes how we relate to our own history, to our accumulated fatigue. We try to heal by forgetting, by smoothing over. But what if healing is integration? What if it is the gentle act of walking the same familiar, worn path of a memory or a pain? But this time, not as a lost traveler, but as the road itself, as the conscious, accepting space that holds that impression without being defined by it. You are not the footprint. You are the earth that remembers the shape of the foot, and yet remains vast and open, ready for the next impression. This is freedom, to contain all your marks without being contained by any single one. So tonight, practice being the scribe and the parchment. Review the impressions of your day, the pressures, the joys, the irritations, the quiet moments. Don't analyze them. Don't try to erase them. Simply feel them as shapes, as textures, imprinted upon the steady ground of your awareness. Feel the weight of that meeting now past. Honor it. Thank your tired feet for leaving such an honest mark. And then feel the infinite patience of the ground that holds it all. You are not drowning in these impressions. You are the field that holds them, the road that gives them meaning. They are not burdens, they are your biography, written in the gentle language of touch. In this way, your journey ceases to be a linear striving toward a clean, unworn future. It becomes a circular, deepening communion with the very ground of your being. Each step, each tire, each imprint enriches the path, making it more known, more trustworthy, more your own. You are not wearing yourself out. You are wearing yourself in, like a smooth stone in the hand, a beloved path through the woods. The destination was never a place ahead. It is the profound, weathered, beautiful familiarity of the road beneath you, which is, and has always been, yourself. The fifth stage is where the road ceases to be a metaphor. It becomes a direct, sensory truth in the body. Close your eyes and feel it, the deep, vertical line of support. From the crown of your head, down through the very center of you, through the relaxed chamber of the throat, the still heart, the soft belly down into the basin of the pelvis, and finally, pouring down through the legs and feet like a slow, heavy syrup of peace. This is the road inside you. Your own spine is the ancient, primal path. The tired feet are not just at your soles. They are every cell that has labored, every nerve that has fired, every thought that has traveled the long corridors of your mind. And they are all in this moment being accepted by this inner thoroughfare. This is the discovery of the axial road, the central pillar of your being that does not tire, because it is the conduit for the weight of existence itself. We spend our days in horizontal awareness. We look forward toward the next task, the next hour, the next milestone. Our energy flies out from our eyes, our plans, our reaching hands. Fatigue is the feeling of that horizontal energy fraying, like a rope stretched too far between 2 points that never seem to get closer. But the road that accepts tired feet is a vertical reality. It is not about going forward. It is about going down, down into gravity, down into support, down into the deep, dark, fertile ground of the present moment. When you feel that deep, vertical line of your own existence, the horizontal striving loses its grip. You are not pulled forward by desperation, but rooted downward by grace. Your tiredness is simply the horizontal energy coming home, sliding down this central pillar to be composted into stillness. Feel this now in your body. Imagine a line of soft, dense light from the base of your skull to the base of your spine. Let every worry, every bit of mental static, every memory of the day's friction slide down that line. Let it fall off the end of your tailbone like water off a stone, vanishing into the boundless earth below you. Your bones are the gravel of this inner road. Your breath is the wind moving over it. Your heartbeat is the distant, rhythmic footfall of the universe walking within you. The weariness you feel is not a sign to stop, but a signal to redirect, to let the energy descend rather than dissipate, to be claimed by the ground rather than spent on the horizon. This axial road is the secret to rest that truly restores. Sleep is not a fleeing from the world. It is a surrendering to this verticality. It is the conscious allowing of every particle of your being to align with the pull of the earth, to be drawn down into the great, silent support of the planet. You are not falling asleep. You are sinking into your own fundamental axis. The dreams that arise are not distractions. They are the scenery along this inner road, the stories told by the landscape of your soul as you journey downward into your own core. So tonight, let your practice be one of vertical alignment. As you lie down, forget the length of the body. Feel its depth. Feel the profound drop from your heart to the mattress, as if you are a stone sinking through warm, dark water. Let go of any thought that pulls your mind forward into tomorrow. Instead, invite your awareness to descend down the back of the throat, down behind the breastbone, down into the silent well of the belly, down, down, past all doing into pure vertical being. You are not a traveler on a road. You are the road, and the journey is the beautiful, endless falling into your own essential, supported nature. In this space, tired feet are a blessing. They are the honest signal that you are ready to cease the horizontal scramble and return to the vertical truth. The road has been waiting. It is you, and it accepts every ounce of you, not with pity, but with the serene certainty of a mountain accepting the snow. It is all part of the geology of becoming. Rest now, deep in the unshakable knowing that you are held, from within and without, by the very core of the world and the very core of yourself, which have always been the same thing. The sixth knowing arrives as a whisper from the edges of the path, from the weeds that brush your ankles, the overhanging branches, the distant hum you can't quite place. It reveals that the road is not a line, but a relationship. It is not just you and the dirt beneath you. It is you and the sighing grass beside you, the pebble that momentarily shares your weight, the sky that holds the whole scene. The road accepts your tired feet, yes, but it also accepts the rain that softens it, the root that buckles it, the wind that scatters dust across it. Your weariness is not an isolated event. It is part of a vast, interconnected field of giving and receiving, pressing and yielding. You are tired with the world, not from it. And the road is the nexus where this sacred communion is felt. Your fatigue is never just yours. It is borrowed from the ground you walk upon. It is lent to you by the air you push through, by the gravity you resist with every step. When you feel that deep, soul-level weariness, you are touching the collective exhaustion of the world, the tree that has held its leaves all summer, the river that has carved its bed over millennia, the star that has burned for eons. It is a holy tiredness. The road understands this. It does not see your footprint as separate from the rabbit's track that crosses it, or the tire mark that shares its surface. All pressure is equal in its eyes. All journeys are valid. Your human worry is no heavier in the grand scheme than the anxiety of the deer that paused here last night. The road holds it all. It is the great democratizer, accepting every form of travel without prejudice. This understanding dissolves the loneliness of fatigue. When you are tired, you often feel cut off, marooned on an island of your own depletion. But you are not an island. You are a bend in the river. The weariness flowing through you has flowed through countless forms before and will flow through countless more. You are feeling the current of the universe itself, the beautiful, relentless cost of being a temporary, conscious form in an eternal dance. The road is the bank of that river. It contains the flow. It gives it direction, and it is worn smooth by it. Your tired feet are not a sign of personal failure. They are proof of your participation in the grand, tiring, glorious work of existence. So how do you rest within this relationship? You widen your identity. As you lie down, feel your tiredness not as a knot in your body, but as a ripple in the field of the room, the neighborhood, the biosphere. Imagine it seeping out of your souls, not to disappear, but to be absorbed by the ground, to be taken up by the roots of the sleeping trees, to be carried on the night breeze, and distributed as a kind of gentle, collective sigh. You are not dumping a burden. You are returning energy to the network from which it came, in a form the network understands perfectly. The honest weight of a creature that has reached its limit. Simultaneously, draw support from that same network. Feel the untiredness of the bedrock far below. Feel the effortless vigilance of the moonlight. Feel the deep, slow patience of the hills. These are all aspects of the road, and they are offering their qualities to you. Your weariness is the point of contact, the open hand receiving the gift. You are not just lying on a mattress. You are lying at the crossroads of an infinite giving and receiving, and your fatigue is the very thing that makes you permeable, that allows the exchange to happen. Tonight, rest at this crossroads. Be the tired traveler and the accepting road. Be the weight and the support. Be the single drop of weariness and the vast ocean of rest that holds it. In this relational field, fatigue loses its sting. It becomes a prayer of connection, a humble acknowledgement that you are part of something so much larger, something that is forever weary and forever rested, forever moving and forever still. And you belong here exactly as you are. The seventh stage is not about moving or resting, giving or receiving. It is about the sound of the journey, or rather, the profound silence that contains it. The road that accepts tired feet does so in utter quiet. There is no fanfare for your arrival, no sigh of relief for your departure. The meeting of soul and soil is a mute sacrament. This silence is not empty. It is the deepest form of listening. It is the road attending, with infinite patience, to the story your weariness tells without words. In this stage, you learn to hear your own fatigue as the road hears it, not as a complaint, but as a secret language, a vibration in the field of being. Close your eyes and listen to your tiredness, not with your mind, but with your whole body as an ear. What is its texture? Not the story of why you are tired, but the raw sonic quality of the feeling itself. Is it a low hum like the aftermath of a long drone? A scattered static like rain on a roof? A dull rhythmic throb like a distant drum? This is the music of your journey. The road has been listening to this music all along. It does not interpret it as good or bad. It simply resonates with it. The hard, packed earth resonates with the firm step. The loose gravel resonates with the shuffling drag. Your weariness is not an error in the symphony. It is a necessary, poignant note in the composition of a life being lived. When you listen to your tiredness in this way, without the urge to fix it, a subtle alchemy occurs. The separation between the feeler and the felt softens. You are not someone listening to fatigue. You are the listening itself, and the fatigue is a pattern of energy moving through the medium of your awareness. The road and the footfall are made of the same substance, vibration. In the deepest silence, you can feel this. The ache in your shoulder is not an isolated pain. It is a localized frequency. Your awareness is the silent space in which that frequency is allowed to ring, and gradually to soften, to dissolve back into the quiet from which it arose. This is how the road heals, not by taking away the weight, but by providing a silent, resonant space so vast that the weight is allowed to fully express its nature, and in that full expression to complete itself. A cry heard completely loses its desperation. A weariness heard completely loses its loneliness. It becomes just another sound in the night, beautiful in its honesty. And then it fades, not because it was pushed away, but because it was finished. So tonight, let your practice be one of silent listening. As you settle into the dark, become a listening post. Turn your attention inward and open the inner ear. Listen to the sound of your breath, the sound of your heartbeat, the sound of the blood in your ears. Deeper still, listen for the sound of your thoughts forming not the words, but the faint click or whir before they become language. Deeper still, listen for the sound of your emotions, the hollow gong of sadness, the warm crackle of contentment, the tight wire of anxiety. Don't follow them. Just let them sound within the silent room of your attention. And then listen to the silence that holds all these sounds. This silence is the road. It is the unwavering, non-judgmental presence that accepts every note of your being. You are not walking on it. You are resting within its acoustic field. your tired feet, your tired mind, your tired heart. They are all just vibrations returning to the primordial silence that birthed them. In this silence, you are not repairing yourself for the next journey. You are remembering that you are the journey and the silence and the traveler all at once. And in that remembering, there is a rest so deep it feels like coming home to a place you never knew you'd left. The eighth knowing is not about the path, the walker, or the silence between them. It is about the where itself, the smooth stone in the creek bed, polished to a gleam by 10,000 years of flowing water. The dip in the wooden step, carved by generations of passing feet. The shiny patch on the old banister, where every hand has found the same support. The road that accepts tired feet is not a pristine, untouched surface. It is a testament to touch. Its very essence is shaped by surrender, by yield, by the graceful wearing down that comes from faithful contact. This stage reveals that your weariness is not an eroding of your spirit, but a polishing of it. You are not being worn away. You are being worn into your true shape. We resist wear. We see it as decay, as loss, as the gradual dimming of our sharp, original edges. We want to stay new, untouched, full of potential. But the road holds a different wisdom. Its beauty, its utility, its very soul is in its wear. The foot-worn path through the woods is more trustworthy than the virgin forest floor. It has been proven. It has a relationship with journeyers. Your own inner being, the path of your consciousness, is the same. The grooves of your habits, the smooth, familiar channels of your recurring thoughts, the softened edges around old wounds, these are not flaws. They are the sacred, where patterns of a life being lived. They are the evidence of contact, of experience, of the profound friction that polishes the soul to a deep, quiet luster. Your fatigue, then, is the feeling of this polishing happening in real time. It is the sensation of the sharp, anxious edges of your well-being gently rubbed smooth by the relentless, loving friction of reality. The road is reality. It is what is. And every time your desire, your plan, your expectation meets the unyielding truth of the present moment, there is friction. That friction is tiring, but it is also transformative. It is the universe, via the road of your life, slowly wearing you down from a jagged, separate stone into a smooth, integral part of the stream. So tonight, feel for the wear inside you, not as damage, but as sacred shaping. Where do you feel smooth? Where has a once painful edge been softened by time and tears? Where has a rigid belief been worn down to a more flexible understanding? That smoothness is not a loss of strength. It is the strength of adaptability, of resilience, of having been touched by life and made more fluid by contact. Your tiredness is the dust from today's polishing. It is the fine, glittering residue of transformation. In this light, you can surrender to weariness with a new reverence. You are not giving up. You are submitting to the artisan's hand. The road is both the tool and the artisan. As you lie down, imagine the weight of your body, the weight of your day, as the gentle, necessary pressure of this polishing process. You are not collapsing. You are settling into the stream bed, allowing the water of time and experience to flow over you, to do its perfect, patient work of making you, more authentic, more at peace with the contours of your own existence. The destination of this road is not a place on a map. It is a state of being, worn smooth, at peace with your own contours, so profoundly in relationship with the journey that you and the path are indistinguishable. You are the hollow in the stone step, welcoming every foot that seeks rest. You are the shiny banister, offering support without reservation. You are the foot-worn trail, leading others home by the very fact of your own gentle, willing erosion. This is the deepest acceptance, to love the shape that loving has carved you into, to find rest not in spite of your wear, but within its beautiful, trustworthy grooves. The ninth essence is not about the road, the walking, or even the wear. It is about the vanishing point, that place in the mind's eye where the road seems to dissolve into the horizon, where the distinct path merges with the sky and becomes pure potential. This is the stage of dissolution. The road that accepts tired feet does not do so forever. It knows, in its ancient, silent wisdom, that its ultimate purpose is to become unnecessary, that the weary traveler is not meant to walk in circles on the same stretch of ground, but to reach a point where the need for a road, for separation, for direction, for a line between here and there, simply falls away. Your fatigue is the signpost for this vanishing point. It is not a signal that you must stop forever, but that you are approaching the edge of the map. The kind of tiredness that seeps into the bones, that quiets the mind's chatter about destinations, is a holy invitation. It is the road itself saying, "You have walked faithfully. You have given me your weight. Now let us both disappear." There is no next step to prepare for. There is only this. The most profound acceptance the road offers is the acceptance of its own end. It prepares you to not need it. In your own life, this manifests as the release of seeking. You have sought peace, sought rest, sought understanding, sought a path to stillness. But the deepest stillness is found when you stop seeking a path to it, when you realize you are not on a road to yourself, You are the road and the traveler and the horizon all at once. The weariness of seeking, the spiritual fatigue, is the gift that burns away the final illusion of separation. It leaves you too tired to maintain the pretense of a journey, too tired to hold the map. And in that blessed, exhausted surrender, you simply are, here, now, with no distance left to cover between you and the peace you sought. This is where the external metaphor collapses completely into internal reality. There is no more road out there that you must find or follow. There is only the vast, open field of your own awareness. The tired feet are the last remnants of the identity of the seeker, the walker, the doer. And the infinite field of awareness accepts them too. It allows that identity to rest, to be still, to finally cease its movement. In this acceptance, the tired feet don't just find rest, they are recognized as a mirage. They were always just a thought, a sensation arising in the boundless field. The field does not walk. It does not tire. It simply is, and it contains the appearance of all journeys and all their endings. So tonight, practice approaching the vanishing point. As you lie in the dark, let go of the idea of progress. Let go of the sense that you are moving from wakefulness to sleep, from turmoil to peace, from today to tomorrow. Feel instead that you are expanding, softening, dissolving at the edges. The boundary between your body and the bed, between your breath and the room's air, between your awareness and the darkness, let it become vague, porous, insubstantial. You are not a traveler arriving at rest. You are the distance between the two dissolving into a single, seamless suchness. The road was a beautiful story. It served you well. It gave you traction, direction, a sense of movement. But the story is ending now. The road is kissing your tired feet goodbye, not with sorrow, but with the joy of a task completed. It is returning you to the open field from which it first arose. You are coming home, not to a place on the road, but to the condition of being unroaded, boundless, undefined, and utterly, perfectly still. Here, weariness has no meaning, for there is no one left to be weary. There is only the deep, sweet, fathomless peace of what remains when the very last step has been imagined, and then forgiven. The 10th stage is not an arrival. It is a remembrance so deep it feels like the first breath of a new world. The road, the walking, the weariness, the vanishing point, they were all a luminous dream. Now you are awake, and what you find is that you were never walking on anything at all. You were being walked. The tired feet, the longing for rest, the sense of a journey, these were feelings moving through the infinite, motionless ground of your being. That ground has no name. We could call it awareness, presence, the soul, the heart of the night. But it is simpler than that. It is the isness that reads these words, the silent, knowing space in which the entire story of a road and a traveler unfolded. And it was watching, loving, and being all of it from a place of perfect, unchanging rest. This is the final secret. The road that accepts tired feet is your own fundamental nature. It is the consciousness that you are. It has been accepting every thought, every emotion, every sensation, every hope, and every exhaustion your entire life. Not with effort, but by virtue of being the space in which they appear. You are not a pilgrim who has finally found the holy ground. You are the holy ground, and you always have been. The pilgrimage was just a way to forget and remember, forget and remember, until the remembrance became permanent. Until you knew, beyond all concepts, that you are the rest you sought. So what is left when the seeker dissolves into the sought? Only a gentle, radiant invitation. An invitation to live from this knowing. Here is your call to action, not as a task, but as a natural flowering. Whenever you feel the familiar weight of weariness in your body, your mind, or your spirit, pause. Just for one breath, feel the weight, and then feel what the weight feels. Step back from being tired feet. Become the road. Be the vast, silent, accepting space that holds the feeling of tiredness without being tired itself. In that moment, you are not solving fatigue, you are transcending it by realizing what you truly are. Do this not just at night, but in the middle of a difficult day, in a moment of stress, in a flash of joy. Your identity as the unchanging, supportive ground is your true home, and you can return to it in the blink of an eye. And from this place, let your life become an act of gratitude. Let each step you take in the world be a gentle imprint of thanks upon the earth. Let your interactions be softer, because you know everyone is walking their own weary road, and you can now be a momentary stretch of level ground for them. You are not here to accomplish and accumulate. You are here to be the peace, to be the support, to be the silent, loving awareness that makes the journey beautiful and possible for yourself and for others. The journey ends where it began, in the quiet of this very moment. The road has brought you full circle to the discovery that you were home all along. The window is dark. The city is asleep. And you are the peaceful night that holds them both. Thank you for walking this path with me. It has been an honor to share this stillness with you. Now rest, not as a traveler who has finished a long walk, but as the open road itself, stretching into the peaceful dawn, forever at rest, forever at home. Sweet dreams, dear one, and sweeter awakenings